Air's award-winning network of upscale executive fixed-base operator terminals, aircraft maintenance, and aircraft charter company. With almost 40 years in the industry, Millionaire has been named Best Large FBO Chain for the past 12 years, delivering genuine care and exceptional service to aircraft owners, general aviation pilots, military pilots, and, of course, their distinguished guests. Millionaire was founded and built by people who sense the excitement in every takeoff and landing, whose ideal surroundings include the sights, sounds, and smells of aviation. Our philosophy is simple: provide the highest level of award-winning service to aircraft, crew, and passengers. To learn more, visit millionaire.com and enjoy your time at the 2023 Reno Air Races. Danny Clishan, back to you, my friend.
All right, thank you, Roy. Now we're going to run into
Getting ready to go with our next race here. It's going to be the unlimited class again for you. This is going to be the B Silver class. This is their first race of the week. This is race 1B. There's your top qualifier right there. Rob Patterson, Corona, California. Wee Willie 2 with F-51.
Yeah, and Tommy, same basic airplane as a P-51. That just means it stayed in the inventory after the Air Force separated from the Army F Corps and they quit being pursuit airplanes, became fighters. And here, speaking of pursuit airplanes, there's a P-40. P-40 Warhawk, iconic aircraft of World War II, and that is Jim Thomas in Sneak Attack, Race 18.
This is Miss Marvel, silver one. Miss Marvel with P-51. Jim Rush from El Cajon, California, Race 69.
And then right behind him, we have Race 51 in, there it is. Yellow tails, a distinctive marking on this aircraft. This is the Swamp Fox out of South Carolina, Mr. R.T. Dixon. Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. The Swamp Fox P-51D. RT campaigns this aircraft on air shows around the world, but is here to campaign it here at the 59th and final flag of our national championship air races. These, again, are the fastest propeller-driven planes in the world.
Closed course pylon racing event in the world. We are anxiously awaiting the planes who are flying around back of us to arrive and drop down to our race course here in limited class. Heat 1B, silver medal competition here on the second day of racing.
And Tommy, here you see some work going on some other unlimited aircraft. This is the Bardol Special. Very iconic and historic aircraft in itself that has returned last year for the first time since, I believe, 1967. Don't quote me on that. Something like that, but it's back again this year. And obviously doing a little work on it today. Got the cowling pieces off and the crew taking a look at it. So a lot of work, but we can hear on the radio, we can hear the pace plane with Steve Hinton Sr. in the T-33. And he is lining them up, and we'll hear that on the radio as he maneuvers them around. But these are new unlimited aircraft, speeds up to 475 miles an hour. They are any piston-powered, propeller-driven aircraft. They can have superchargers, blowers, turbos, exotic fuels. They are heavily modified, but most of them are World War II and Korea-era warbirds. And you can see that the term unlimited really does mean that. Other than those restrictions I just mentioned with piston-powered and propeller-driven, it really is unlimited. The rules allow them to be innovative, and this is the bad boys of speed, Tommy. These are the premier class here at Reno.
They're so visually striking, scrupulously maintained at much cost to their owners. I might add, they make quite a sacrifice in order to keep these famous warbirds.
And that one you just saw there with the circles on the side, the silver aircraft, Race 8, that was Dreadnought, who is the multi-time defending champion, who on Tuesday blew a motor flying here and is out for this year. So we will have a new champion in Unlimited this year. Dreadnought, unfortunately, the motor blown, unable to compete. And so we will have a whole new set of, a whole new winner at least as the national champion. But that doesn't mean it's going to be any less competitive, Tommy. We have a exciting field lined up. And here what we're about to see is the silver or the 1B pairing here. We've got 4 aircraft airborne. They're circling back behind us around Peavine Mountain at the moment. And we'll hear Steve Hinton Sr. on the radio here momentarily. He himself, a 7-time national champion in Unlimited.
Gonna miss Dreadnought. They were sort of right in the middle of dynasty building right there, 4 in a row here. Gonna have to pause that for a little while till the next chapter starts to be written for this this incredible event here. National Championship air races. Anxiously awaiting the arrival. Planes racing in Unlimited Heat 1B here. 6 laps around our 8-mile course. They're just about to complete their positioning trip around back.
And Tommy, they're actually here. I believe that there's a shot right there. Gentlemen, we got a race. There's the call from Steve Hinton Sr. You see the pace plane pull up with the smoke, and we have 4 racers coming down the slot. They are in the chute now, Tommy. They have to stay in their lane, side by side, all the way to the guide pylon, which that is this shot you see right here in the foothills. They're going to stay in their lane. They'll come right over the top of you, right into your living room, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bad boys of speed, the fastest motorsport on the planet, right here, coming around the guide pylon as they make the turn. Wee Willie 2, the P51 with the green on top there on the pole position. Oh, that sound.
Oh, the sound.
Oh, that sound.
You can't get enough of it.
Oh, my goodness. Now, you see the number 2 airplane, Tommy, in the middle of your screen? That is the brown P40 Warhawk with the Allison V12 in it. These other 3 Mustangs have the license built by the Packard Corporation, the Rolls-Royce Merlin V12 engine in them. So a little bit of difference, but they're all V12s, and they're all smoking and trying to make their way down to the Valley of Speed. And here you see Wee Willie 2 with Rob Patterson in the lead.
Come around that pylon there.
Another good look at our leader with the 3 other competitors right behind him. But you see the Wee Willie 2, the D model of the P51, as he makes his way back to the home pylon with that beautiful red and yellow spinner on the front, green, olive green on top of that aircraft. Just a spectacular example of that aircraft. Followed by number 2, you'll see the P40 come into the shot here momentarily, and as they make their way around. So that is our pole setter. And he jumped into the lead as soon as he hit the guide pylon, and is now about a lap, halfway through his second lap, Tommy. It's going quick.
Yeah, it always goes very quickly. Qualified about 330 miles an hour. There's the planes in pursuit right there, right behind him.
What a great shot that the folks at the National Championship Air Races have for us here. And the from the pylon there in the foothills. Now here's 3rd and 4th. There's your P40, the brown one on the left, and to the right is Jim Rust and Miss Marvel.
Yep, 2nd and 3rd right there is actually with her. Behind Rob Patterson in race 81. Rob Patterson, though, started with the pole position, and he has maintained it.
A great look here at Jim Thomas, and Sneak Attack is the call sign or the plane name on that P40 Warhawk. You'll notice the iconic shark's teeth on the side of that airplane. You can see they are beginning to sneak up on the leader as they make their way around here as we are just about to complete lap 2. And right there in the back of the shot, you see R.T. Dixon in the Swamp Fox out of North Carolina in the 4th position in this heat.
Leader. He's not being allowed to run away and hide on this one, I don't believe, Rob. I think they're going to have something to say about that, his pursuers, in the form of race 18 and race 69.
Yeah, they certainly are right behind him, but you can see he's not going to make it easy on him. He's staying right on his altitude, right on that inner part of the course. And, you know, they have to stay. Our minimum altitude is 50 feet. When we go around the pylons that you'll see here in just a minute when he comes by, you'll see a big can on top of this pylon. And this is right here, and you see the leader, and you see right there, Sneak Attack in the P40s beginning to gain a little bit of ground on him. as they make their way around. So they're slowly figuring something out, whether he's taking a little bit extra time on the turns or whatever. The P40's beginning to figure that out and how to get there. You can see both of them now in the same shot. So he's definitely gaining ground on him as they make their way through, but we are 3.5 laps into our 6-lap race, Tom.
Yeah, they're going to run out of time very, very quickly here. They're going to have to make their move within the next couple of laps. Whether it's race 18, a sneak attack, or race 69, Miss Marvel.
You see a little bit of strategy here. You see the P40 traded a little bit of altitude there as he came into those pylons. Now watch, he's got the nose back down, and he's trying to dive in right at that pylon, and you can see he's right in the wake of the leader. He's definitely pulling away from the third-place airplane just a little bit and beginning to come back and make his way back up on the leader. But the leader, Wee Willie 2, Rob Patterson, able to hold him off so far. But I got a feeling in the next lap and a half, this might get interesting here, Tommy.
It's just the completion of the 4th lap right there. Excuse me, the start of the 4th lap, I should say.
And you can see there our P40 Warhawk in the brown camo, if you want to call it that, paint scheme as he makes his way to the north as they go up in the foothills and begin to make their left turn back on the far northern part of the course. You can see first, second, and third right here, right in your living room as they come to you. Nowhere else in the world are you going to hear that, Tommy. That sound down low, wow, that is something. As an airplane geek that I am, that just makes, oh man, that just makes my day. That is so exciting to see all of that, how we're doing this racing. Now it looks like, Jim Thomas in Sneak Attack in the P40 has lost a little bit of that momentum that he had.
I think Rob Patterson has stretched it out just a tiny bit on him here. If he can keep that trend going, he should be looking very good. We look to complete the 4th lap of 6 laps around this long race course.
They are flying our largest 8-mile course, Tommy. That's our outer course, if you will. And you can see first, second, and third now in the last lap have kind of settled down, or at least kind of settled into a steady state where they're about evenly matched and not gaining. So I don't know if Rob Patterson had let up just a little bit and then realized, oh man, they're closer than I thought, or whatever. But for whatever reason, he's again been able to pull back away just a little bit and hold out front. Now he qualified at just under 330 miles an hour, and that's about what you're seeing here as they are zipping along 50 feet above the sagebrush here in Reno.
Rob would like nothing better to put down a great average speed here and bump up in class, up to the gold class.
Our second place had originally Sneak Attack had pulled away from Jim Rust and Miss Marvel, but now Miss Marvel's now beginning to catch him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's the P40 has begun to slow up with maybe a little bit of an issue or something, where he was pushing for the lead and now has dropped back a little bit. But either way, we got a great battle for second right here. You can see as they are coming around the far north end of the course and headed into the Valley of Speed, Tommy. This is one of those places where the optical illusion makes it look like they're right on top of each other. But Miss Marvel in the P51D on the outside, you can see he's got a little bit of speed. But as they come across here, he has almost gotten up on him, but again has to pass on the outside. So we got a little bit of additional distance to go. And our leader, you heard on the radio call right there, the leader's coming by for the white flag. And now here, second and third will be coming by the home pylon as we see them right there. They are entering their final lap, Tommy, as we complete.
From the very start, it's been that man right there, Rob Patterson, race 81. Started with the pole position. That's one of the powers of the pole position, to be able to get a good start on the field, and he has taken full advantage.
And here he is coming through the foothills one last time, Tommy, at the guide pylon. He rolls it over on rails. Man, he's just right on track, and never a doubt, like you said. Great shot of him up on the far north end of the course as he comes around pylons 5 and 6, and then drops into the Valley of Speed. The valley that was named by this class.
Yes,
the bad boys of speed,
yes,
as Steve Stavrakakis, our colleague, used to say.
Absolutely.
And, but look at this battle for second right here, Tommy. We've got Miss Marvel making some ground on Sneak Attack, and then we jump back to our leader here as he exits the Valley of Speed, begins to start that left turn. Let's listen as he goes by.
Oh, yeah. Ready to bring it home, wrap this one up. is Rob Patterson of Corona, California.
Checkered flag, checkered
Playing
flag.
his Wee Willie 2 and about to take the checkered flag. Win this Heat 1B.
And then we still have a battle for second going on right here, Tommy. Let's see how this finished, but it looks like Sneak Attack in the P40 Warhawk is going to be able to hold off Miss Marvel in the P51D. And then coming right behind them, here comes Swamp Fox, our good friend R.T. Dixon, in the out of Charlotte, North Carolina, finishing unofficially in fourth place. Wow, Tommy.
It goes fast.
Woo, it's fast, but man, talk
Why does
about
it seem to go faster when there are fewer planes? I don't know.
I don't know, but man, that is so much excitement. I tell you, my heart's pounding out of my chest just watching these iconic World War II era fighters as they go by. And we are in our 59th year, if you can believe that, Tommy, just under 6 decades. But here's our most recent race here. The pace plane just pulled up. Here's our 4 racers as they drop down the chute. They're in the lanes. As they come down, they've got to stay in those lanes until the guide pylon right here. And as they make the turn, Rob Patterson and Wee Willie 2 had the pole. He made the tight turn. He stayed in front. He never really was challenged, Tommy. Pole to pole. He led out front. You see here why he's right on the minimum altitude, right on that tight course. What a beautiful P51 you see as he makes his way around. And actually, it's an F51 by designation. But there you see second and third and fourth go by. Second turned out to be Sneak Attack in the P40 Warhawk. That is the brown camo airplane. There you see Miss Marvel with the red wingtips. And R.T. Dixon and Swamp Fox there in fourth place as they make their way around. But here they come around our beautiful pylon cam shot. There comes your leader. Sneak Attack right behind him. And then Miss Marvel, the P51, right behind him in third. And this was the battle for a time, Tommy, especially towards the next to last lap. The
Absolutely.
P40 Warhawk able to hold off Miss Marvel.
Second place at stake, and it would be Jim Thomas. Managing to maintain his position. He started in the second position, and he maintained it all the way through, but just barely.
Just barely. But we end up unofficially with Wee Willie 2 finishing first. And then here we see second and third come across fairly close together. Here they are right here, the P40, this beautiful P40 Warhawk. You know, that airplane has such a vibrant history in our nation's history. Even before we were officially in World War II, that airplane was flying with the volunteers in China.
Well, there's your final results, unofficial at this point right now, but Rob Patterson, race 81, Wee Willie 2, your winner. In Heat 1B of the Unlimited, second place Jim Thomas, race 18, Sneak Attack, Jim Rust, race 69, Miss Marvel, R.T. Dixon, race 51, and Swamp Fox. So we've got our silver heat. The Unlimited is now complete.